everybody. Welcome to the Longmont Song Swap. I'm your host, David Coyle, and this show is presented by Longmont Public Media and Heron's Haunt LLC. And you're probably wondering, what is the Longmont Song Swap? If you haven't seen the previous show, this is the second edition. What we're doing is we're celebrating local songwriters, and not just as songwriters, but as interpreters of other music. And let me introduce our featured artist tonight. We have over here, on my right, Karen Horan. Let's have a round of applause. Just behind me over here, we have Tim Merkel. Over here on my left, we have Helen Peterson. And over here, also on my left, we have Robbie Layton, who is, by the way, Robbie, in fact, is the person whose brainchild this is. This is Robbie just is really about building community. So we're here to build some community and sort of appreciate what we have in this community. And this is the way this show is going to work. We're going to do 3 rounds of songs. The first round, each performer is going to play one of their original tunes. And then the second round, they're going to play a cover song of a song that influenced them or is otherwise important to them in some way. And then in the third round, each of our performers have chosen a song written by one of the other songwriters, and they're going to do their interpretation of that song. So we're going to get a good 360 view of, what our performers are as songwriters, as performers, and as interpreters. So, all right. Let's start with our first swapper here. We have Karen Horan. Can we have a big round of applause for Karen?
Thanks, everyone. How fun it is to be the first swapper. All right, so this first one is one of my newer originals. I just started to learn the ukulele and had a song prompt to take very serious lyrics and make it into an upbeat progression, and so I thought I'd go way upbeat and put it on ukulele. This song is called Upside Down. You can't drink water from rivers or lakes. Buy it in bottles of plastic, man-made. How about veggies sterile from the can? Pull them from the shelf instead of fresh from the land. It's all upside down. Upside down, upside down. Where are we now? Upside down, the world is spinning. Upside down. Snow falls in the desert, the Arctic is melting. Polar bears are stranded, koala bears are starving. Rainforests disappear to chainsaws and greed. Clouds rain acid, there's poison bumblebees. It's all upside down. Upside down, upside down. Where are we now? Upside down, the world is spinning. Upside down. The F-35 fighters are the most expensive weapons ever in the history of weapons. $1.7 trillion makes no sense when on the streets there's 70,000 homeless vets. It's all upside, downside, inside, outside, left side, right side, your side, my side. Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. Listen and see. Upside down, upside down, upside down, upside down. Where, oh, where are we now? Upside down, upside down. Where, oh, where are we now? Upside down, upside, upside, upside down. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Karen, do you want to tell us a little bit about what inspired the song and how you came to write it?
Sure. The thing that inspired it, it was a very specific incident that I'm a craniosacral therapist and I work with PTSD veterans. And we were doing a special event for homeless vets in Fort Collins. And we had a long line of homeless veterans with lots of injury and PTSD, and they're homeless, one after the other, all day long doing sessions. And I started to think, wow, what is going on where we have so much we spend on defense, and this is happening to veterans as also regular citizens as well. And I thought, wow, that's really upside down. So I started doing some research about it and then looking at other things that are upside down in the world. And this song was born. So,
Thank you so much, Karen.
thanks.
All right. Yeah, one more round of applause for Karen Horan. Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, our next swapper is one Tim Merkel. Let's have a big round of applause for him. Just keep applauding.
What they didn't tell us is we have our choice of guitars.
That's
tonight.
Like the Arsenal.
All right, this song is called Let Her Go. It's kind of a train theme, and it was about, or I should say, influenced by a relationship that I was having where I had to let go. I see a light up ahead, coming down the tracks. Is that my baby coming back? I want my baby coming back. Sometimes the train moves backwards, like it's coming back to you. But like a love gone sour, that train is running with you. Like a caboose, you've been cut loose. Sometimes you run like a fool, chasing that train. Looks like I missed it again. Poor fool, you've missed it once again. Now you're standing on the platform, voices in your head. You're staring off that platform when someone says, boy, gotta let her go, gotta let her go, just let her go.
very intricate guitar style, and I was just curious, how does that play a role when you're writing a song?
Well, I could hear that, like when you're in a
wow.
train, you hear weird pinging of rocks bouncing off the tracks, and that's what I was hearing when I was
very cool.
writing that. So
All right.
kind of just went for a percussive style.
And do you usually, I mean, when you're writing a song, just in general, do you think in those terms, just like what's the guitar sound you're looking for?
Well, definitely. And I think of like one of my favorite writers, James Taylor. He wrote a song about a mole. I mean, how do you make a mole sound? And it was a lot of dull, dim, bassy sounds like you would imagine kind of underground. And so, yeah, I definitely look for different sounds, harmonics, and, depending on what the feel of the song is.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
All right, our next swapper here is one Helen Peterson. So, all right. Come on down.
I'll take a chair.
You want the chair as well? Yes, let me grab that for you. I totally forgot. There you go. Oh, sure. And we have a company. Well, I'll let you introduce your company.
Yeah. This is my friend Linda Taylor. Linda and I have known each other for many, many years at this point and sang together for a lot of years. Linda does really nice harmonies, so I said, "Can you come today?" Yeah.
I can't write, she writes, so I create harmonies.
Oh, you do a nice job. Well, this song is a Western romance song. It's called Before the Rain, and it's one of those songs you're not quite sure at the end what happens to them, but you want to hope for the best, But Before the Rain. The streets are still dusty in this small border town. They've always been that way. The old men stand at the corner and talk of life, what it was yesterday. They speak of a young man who's faded with time, recalling like it was today. His skin so brown like the hills on the rise, a horse as fast as the blaze. And they hear distant thunder in the canyons before the rain. Some say a storm gives no warning, some say just washes clean. They recall the time that he rode into town, love stronger than the feeling of fear. Some said it's not right, he is brown, she's white. The words never spoken are the hardest to hear. This time was different, their love was all that made sense. As clouds covered the moon, they rode out through the fence. Next day in the sun, father knew she was gone. I love you was all her note said. Still he followed the horse prints dried in the mud to the mouth of the canyon's edge. And there the prints ended where a boulder came down in the night where a flash flood came through. And to this day the old men still claim to hear sound like horses' hooves. everyone.
Helen, it's a wonderful story song, but it feels so personal. When you're writing a story song, how do you manage to capture that
You
personal
know,
feeling?
I think in this case, just watching a lot of Westerns when you're a kid, you know, just all the influence that, you know, it's sitting there in your mind, I think, in a lot of ways, so.
Internalize it.
Yeah, and I was just trying to think of something, you know, I love the desert feel and all that, and I don't know, it just started coming out of a dirt road, you know, picturing this dirt road and, you know, from there, and then I thought, well, let's put a little mystery in this song, you know, and so that's kind of, you know how it is, it just kind of a little bit, and it comes together, so, yeah.
And it really did come
Yeah.
together. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing.
Thank you,
All
thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Helen Peterson, everybody. All right, our next song swapper is Robbie Layton. All right, come on down.
Thanks, Dave. All right, that was great you said that about the Westerns, because I think the song I didn't know until 10 minutes ago which song I was going to do. I've been practicing Helen's song for later so much I forgot to rehearse my own. But I think I'm going to play this one that actually has a similar genesis in that I moved out to Raleigh, North Carolina. I lived here in Colorado for many decades, but I moved to Raleigh, North Carolina for a few years back in 2012. And I really didn't know anybody there. It was a beautiful place. I love Raleigh. But when I moved there, I didn't really know anybody there, and I was bored, basically. I didn't have anything to do, or people to do it with. But at the grocery store, I did find a DVD. So I watched some movies, you know. I had a little, and I didn't even have cable or anything, but I had a television in my apartment or house I was renting that had a DVD player built into it, one of the old big old tube TVs. And at the store, I saw this DVD for it was like for $4.95, and it had 16, count them, 16 John Wayne movies on one DVD. And they were all black and white movies from when he was basically a little kid almost, you know. They were Westerns for the most part. And they all had the same plot. John Wayne always played himself, played in a version of John Wayne, right? And they all had the same plot that went kind of like this. Out here on the last frontier, John Wayne and a glass of beer. I'm waiting for the dawn to appear so I can hightail it on out of here. But I've been too long on this track, but I'm not the kind for looking back. So if you see me, cut me some slack, 'cause I'm a good guy, though I'm wearing black. And there are bad men running every town until a stranger comes around and all the outlaws have been found. That's when the stranger settles down to stay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know that life can be that way. You are the hero at the end of the day, until there's nothing left to say. Just kick back and watch the antelope play. Out here on the last frontier, I think I'll order one more beer. Then I might just disappear to find another way out of here, yeah. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Check out, it's called A Hero at the End of the Day.
So Robbie, you talked a little bit about song selection here.
Yes.
I think we know you were kind of keeping the Western theme alive.
Yeah.
But when you're putting together a show, how do you decide which ones of your songs you're going to play?
Well, sometimes it helps to group the capo songs all together, so you have to retune.
Okay, yeah.
No, I kind of like to. I like to pace things. Flow. Take people on a little journey. That you kind of go through some different tempos and some different emotions, and you take a little journey on. I think I like to go to a show or even listening to albums. Anybody listen to albums anymore? But I like to, and I like to listen to the ebb and the flow, and they sort of take you on a little journey when you listen.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing. You got
Sure.
the ebb and flow going.
All right, thank y'all.
All right. All right, so that was our first round. And the second round here is going to be a little bit more, uncovering the layers behind each of our artists. Because we've all been inspired by a song or sometimes influenced by a song. But we definitely have songs that are very important to us. So what we're going to do is we're asking each of our songwriters to play a song that means something to them, cover somebody else's song. And we're going to start once again with Karen Horan. All right.
Thanks, Dave. All right. Isn't it so cool to have all those guitars over there? It's just like a guitar corral. And my guitar was so excited to be there, it got high there. Let's just make sure everybody's playing well together. All right. All right, so this is a song I have always loved, and by a songwriter who I adore. His name is Peter Mayer. And songs that mean the most to me, that I resonate with, have a little story to them, have some kind of spiritual connection to nature as well. And this song does it for me. This is called Holy Now. When I was a girl, each week, Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track. Everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but to find them where there isn't one. holy water was rare at best. It barely wet my fingertips. Now I hold my breath. I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-downs. Now I walk it with a reverent air. Everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. Well, I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird smiling, like shining like a burning bush, and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out. Everything has changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-downs. Now I walk it with a reverent air. Everything is holy now.
Karen, I'm just wondering, when you look at your favorite songs, what are the commonalities between them? Do you find you're drawn more to like a particular style or particular themes?
That's a good question. It's really a variety. Usually, though, I can boil it down to songs with that I most connect with have a really good, engaging story to them. And, I like that. I like to be taken away on this with the story, and then interesting guitar, interesting arrangements. And then there are the songs I just like to rock out to, so it's the range. But the ones that are most special to me have some kind of story that I can relate to.
All right.
So yeah. So,
Thank you, Karen.
thanks.
Okay. All right. All right. Thanks, Karen, once again. And now we got Tim coming up here. Big round of applause for Tim.
I have to say that I absolutely love that song. I have a friend in Chicago that comes and visits us, and he always plays it. I demand that he play it for us. 'Cause, yeah, wonderful, wonderful sentiment. So the song I'm going to cover is by the Highwaymen, and those of you that might not know, that's made up of Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, and Johnny Cash, and three of them are gone now. But I just love the weaving theme of reincarnation in this song, because he comes back in many different situations. This is the title track off the Highwaymen album. I was a highwayman, along the coach roads I did ride, sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. The bastards hung me in the spring of 25, but I am still alive. I was a sailor I was born upon the tide, with the sea I did abide. I sailed the schooner around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft, unfurled the mainsail in a blow. And when the yards broke off, they say that I got killed, but I am living still. I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound, but I am still around. I'll always be around and around and around and around and around and around. I fly a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again, or I may simply be a single drop of rain, but I will remain, and I'll be back again and again and again and again and again and
So Tim, let me ask you this: when you have these songs that you love, do you feel like when you're writing your own songs, is it more of a subconscious influence, or do you ever sit down and go like, boy, I really want to write a Chris Christopherson type of song?
You know, I can honestly say I've never tried to write a song to copy another artist, although the influences are definitely there. I tend to lean more towards like baritone-ish, like Gordon Lightfoot,
Yeah.
but can't really say that I've ever sat down and tried to write a song like by Chris, or like what Chris Christopherson would write.
Okay. All right. Well, how do you feel like the songs do it? I mean, do you ever see the influence of other artists in your songs, or does it feel kind of detached?
Oh no, I definitely do. I love Dylan's poetry and the way he writes with a lot of jazz chords. People don't necessarily know that, but he uses a lot of jazz chords. And so I do think about him a lot in my phrasing, just as an example.
Very cool. All right. Tim Merkel, everybody. All right. Now get ready for the return of one Helen Peterson. Oh, we got a...
And Linda.
Oh, and Linda as well. Linda, what's your last name? Taylor. Linda Taylor. Helen Peterson and Linda Taylor here. All right. No, that's...
I didn't bring it.
we got a lot of guitars here today, folks. No, that's right, the stool. Sorry.
Oh, let me get out of the way here.
It's a team effort here, folks. So, all right, is that going to work?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so.
Well, it worked last time,
There's nothing.
so we've got it. Yeah. Let's hope it holds.
Yeah, I brought a second guitar just so I wouldn't have to be retuning in front of everyone
Very kind of you.
and breaking strings, right?
Thoughtful,
Well, Linda and I, when we have played over the years, we've always been influenced with Nancy Griffith, haven't we? Yeah, she was such a wonderful songwriter. So this song, it's a very sweet song. I know different people have done it. Kathy Mattea yeah, I'm not sure who else, but anyway, it's called Love at the Five and Dime. Rita was 16 years, hazel eyes and chestnut hair. She made the Woolworth counter shine. Eddie was a sweet romancer and a darn good dancer. They'd waltz the aisles of the Five and Dime. They'd sing, dance a little closer to me. Dance a little closer now. Dance a little closer tonight. Dance a little closer to me. Oh, it's closing time and love's on sale tonight at this Five and Dime. Eddie played the steel guitar. His mama cried 'cause he played the bars and kept young Rita out late at night. So they married up in Abilene, lost a child in Tennessee. Oh, but still that love survived. They'd sing, dance a little closer to me. Dance a little closer now. Dance a little closer tonight. Dance a little closer to me. Oh, it's closing time and love's on sale tonight at this Five and Dime. Eddie traveled with the barroom band till arthritis took his hand. Now he sells insurance on the side. Rita's got a house to keep. She writes dime store novels of a love so sweet. They dance to the radio late at night. They'd sing, dance a little closer to me. Dance a little closer now. Dance a little closer tonight. Dance a little closer to me. Oh, it's closing time and love's on sale tonight at this Five and Dime. 'Cause they'd sing, dance a little closer to me. Dance a little closer now. Dance a little closer tonight. Dance a little closer to me. Oh, it's closing time and love's on sale tonight at this Five and Dime. Going up. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
So, when you're interpreting somebody's song, is there something in particular you're trying to draw out from the original or from the songwriter?
Oh, gosh, I think like with a Nancy Griffith song, it's just that feeling, I try to pick up the same feeling if possible. Yeah, it's so important, because the words are, gosh, there's some great songwriters out there. Some of the the words are just wonderful, one to get overshadowed or something, so anyway, I just try to pick up the feeling of what's being said. So,
Nice. All right. Well, I think you
Yeah.
did there. So. All right.
thank you.
Thanks, Helen. And All right. Once more, we have Robbie Layton for you. Come on down.
All right. Well, it's a hard thing to choose. If you're thinking about, well, somebody who influenced you or who caught your ear. I guess this one is really none of those. I also really like to take songs and just kind of mangle them, I guess. Just rearrange them in a very different way. And so I'm not going to say who this is by because I'm going to let you guess. It's an old song. It's an old folk song from the 60s, more or less. It was actually, I read recently, this song was written by somebody specifically for the Animals to record, Eric Burden. And Eric Burden decided that, I can hear the animals in this song now that I know that, but they didn't record it. So kind of a local band out of Portland, Oregon picked it up. And they recorded it and had a big giant hit with it. So see if you recognize the song the way that I'm going to play it. Well, you thought you'd find the answer on your magic carpet ride last night. But when you wake up in the morning, the world still gets you uptight. Still, there's nothing that you ain't tried to fill the empty place inside. But when you come back down, you still ain't feeling right. But don't it seem that kicks just keep getting harder to find, and all your kicks ain't bringing you peace of mind. Before you find out it's too late, you'd better get straight. Oh, but not with kicks. You just need help. And you thought you'd better grab yourself a little piece of paradise. But it ain't happened yet, so girl, you'd better think twice. For you see, no matter what you do, you'll never run away from you. But if you keep on running, you'll have to pay the price. And it'll seem that kicks just keep getting harder to find, and all your kicks ain't bringing you peace of mind. Before you find out it's too late, you'd better get straight. Oh, but not with kicks. To help you face the world each day, that world goes nowhere. Hey, I'm gonna help you find a better way. And when kicks just keep getting harder to find, and all your kicks ain't bringing you peace of mind, before you find out it's too late, you'd better get straight. Sing with me. Oh, don't you know that kicks just keep getting harder to find, and all your kicks ain't bringing you peace of mind, before you find out it's too late, you'd better get straight. Keep it going. Yeah, don't you know that kicks fine, before you find out it's too late, you'd better get straight. Oh, but not with kicks. Yeah, it's an old folk song by Paul Revere and the Raiders called Kicks. Thank you all so much.
So Robbie, when it comes to the songs that you love, do you find yourself drawn to particular genres or eras, or how?
I'm all over the map.
All over the map.
It's just whatever mood, and there just are so many great songs out there, and I like to listen to a lot of different kinds of music. I just drawn to some. The other night, I think you were there. We went to an open mic, and somebody played Moon River, and I thought, I've got to learn Moon River.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. It's like What an amazing song.
Are you
man.
ready? Can you play it right now?
I haven't even tried yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, but I'm gonna. So
right.
yeah, it's all over the map. A good song is a good song. You know.
yeah, indeed. And hey, man,
Thank you.
bringing out good songs.
All right. So, hey, folks, we're really rolling here. We are down to the third round, a third and final round, and this is the crux of the Longmont Song Swap. This is, in fact, what the title's all about. So, what we're going to have here is a round where each of our performers have chosen a song written by one of the other performers here, and they're going to give you their interpretation of those songs. So, we're going to start with Karen Horan once again. And Karen, do you want to just tell us whose song you were covering? I mean, once you're up here, and why you chose that song?
Yeah, let me get my guitar first. And then
Oh,
I'll
yes,
talk.
of course.
Drum roll, please, everybody.
All right. So I chose Robbie Layton's song, What Really Matters. And I loved it right away. The first time through, I'm like, that's the one I want to do, I think. And then I listened to the rest, and there were others that I wanted to do, but this one stayed with me. And it's just got a chorus that I am going to retune one string for y'all. It has a chorus that I love. I wish I had written myself. That's often how I choose a song. I'm like, well, I wish I had written that song. And so it really stuck with me. It has this beautiful tail. It's a wonderful arrangement. And just yesterday, I caught a little blurb of an interview with Stephen Stills, and he talked about when they took Joni Mitchell's song Woodstock and made it a Crosby, Stills, Nash song. He said, we're going to make this our own. We're going to make it a boy song. And he was talking to David Crosby when he was saying that. Yeah, let's make it a boy song. And so then they showed it to Joni, and she loved it. She's like, of course, that's exactly what you need to do. So with covering any song, I think it's really important to make it your own. So I guess you could say this is the girls' version of Robbie's song, but this girl's version, we all have our own. So here we go. One day I was walking, I wasn't looking for anything. A man came out of nowhere, his blue eyes looked right through me. He was holding a shoebox that carried his whole world. Suddenly I felt smaller as he said these words. Are you living your dream? Are you searching for gold? What are you feeling down in your soul? What really matters to you? Does it bring you life? Does it make you smile? Light a fire deep inside. What really matters to you? Long hair and a tattered coat, as gray as the winter sky. Tired of feeling the twisted cane, he was an angel in disguise. There's a snowstorm blowing, his steps I helped him trace. He wished me well and he turned to go, his tears ran down my face. Are you living your dream? Are you searching for gold? What are you feeling down in your soul? what really matters to you. Does it bring you life? Does it make you smile? Light a fire deep inside. What really matters to you? Try to make the picture fit the frame. Now my life will never be the same. Are you living your dream? Are you searching for gold? What are you feeling down in your soul? What really matters to you? Does it bring you life? Does it make you smile? Light a fire deep inside. What really matters to you? What really matters to you? What really matters to you? One day I was walking, I wasn't looking for anything. Thank you. Thank you, Robbie Layton.
I know I've been asking a question after all these, but we got Robbie here. So, Robbie, do you have any comments or questions that you have?
Actually, I do have a lot to say about that song. One, I claim that song, but I didn't write the whole thing. I was partner in writing it. It's a song by committee. It literally was written in collaboration with there's probably half a dozen of us that worked together in a workshop. It was a songwriting workshop. It's called Music in the Mountains. Back in like 2007, I was up there. I think it was a Swallow Hill thing. And we wrote it in class. And it was a group of people, and we all contributed something to it. And no one else has claimed it, so I will. 'Cause it's a great song. A lot of credit goes to Sally Barris, who is actually a Nashville songwriter. She led the class. And I saw Sally a couple of years ago, and I mentioned it to her, and she couldn't even remember the song. I said, remember that song that we put together at workshop? You know, I said, you should record it or something. And she's like, she kind of ignored it, so I think, it's mine. All right, it's mine, all mine.
You can keep
But
it.
thank you for doing that.
Thanks. Thank
Yes,
you. Thanks for
beautiful.
writing it.
All right, thank you.
Big thanks to Karen Rand. Thank you so much, and to Robbie for bringing the song to get covered there. So now it's time for Tim. Do you want to tell us about the song you picked and why you picked it?
It's an awesome song. I was going to do that song. That's my first choice, but then I didn't know Karen before. And when we all submitted the songs that we were willing to let somebody else learn, I heard this song and I went, oh my God, I got to do that song. And the thing I love about it is the production of it with the beautiful mandolin and accordion. It's very gypsy, waltzy kind of feel. So I fell in love with it. So.
It's the one I was going to pick.
All right, it's called Spellcaster. Whoops, I should probably put those lyrics in front of me in case I screw up. Just pull it out. Thanks. We've only had about a month to learn these things, and just in case, don't want to break up the flow. Spellcaster, spellcaster, I waltzed right in. Dimple so sweet, mask a shadowy grin. The carnival's over, we laugh, we spin. This house of mirrors has fooled me again. spellcaster plays in the mud. Porcelain skin around volcanic blood. A virginal princess with King Cobra's tongue. One strike, it's over. Prepare for the fun. Feed me a portion, extract my emotion. Is it fine French wine or turpentine? Only the spellcaster knows. Feed me a potion, extract my emotion. Is it fine French wine or turpentine? Only the spellcaster knows. Spellcaster, the raven sings. Fly through the dark with me under your wings. I shiver so cold from the scorpion's sting. I'm addicted to the magic you bring. So feed me a potion, extract my emotion. It's not French wine, it's turpentine. Spellcaster, I know. Spellcaster, I waltzed right in. Spellcaster, I waltzed right in.
Do you want to tell us about the song and ask any questions about? Yeah.
Thank you, that was lovely, oh my God, loved it. Yeah, that song, I almost didn't submit it as a choice, and that you chose it, knowing now that you wanted to, you thought about it, I'm glad I submitted it, definitely. It's an old song of mine. It came from a old experience, seduction, addiction, you know, we've all been there, and this was a particular thing I was going through, and it was a very healing song for me. So to hear your version of it just gave me goosebumps and just brought a whole new dimension for it.
Cool.
So thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, that was Tim Merkel covering Karen Horan's song. And now we have Helen Peterson coming up again. Is Linda joining you again?
Yes,
Oh,
she
all right, we
is.
got Linda Taylor coming up as well.
That's a good friend, isn't it?
Yeah,
That'll keep
indeed,
coming-
indeed.
keep
And
coming back.
please tell us about this, why you chose the
Yeah,
song you did, and
sure.
yeah.
And,
Oh, and the chair. Yes, I'm sorry.
the chair, yes. I know there's like 3 pieces to
Oh,
You're doing great, David.
You are
right.
doing great.
There
We
you go.
We appreciate you, Dave. You know
we
it?
appreciate it.
Rhodey.
So anyway, I chose a song of Tim's called "I Can Dream." It's just a beautiful song, and I chose it because what really struck me you can get the sense of somebody going back to being a child and just dreaming and keeping that dream and just second chances. You can think of many things, you know, and I think as long as we're here, if you keep trying, you can do it, whatever it is, you know. So anyway, this is called "I Can Dream" by Tim Merkel. And Tim, I'm sure you'll have more to say about the song, but that's just what I felt with it, you know, that's. So I got another day to live. Take my time, do whatever I want. Chase some dreams that almost died. Don't resist, leave doubt aside. So I got another night to sleep. Look at beauty yet unseen. Wake up truly rested. Move right into a daydream. Oh, can you dream like you used to as a child? Has your heart iced over? Or is it warm, beating wine? Oh, can you dream, see adventures in your mind? Let them burst out of your fingertips and flow out of your So I got another dream to live, like a movie holding me captive, no longer watching from the sidelines. And my life is massive. Yes, I can dream like the child I used to be. My heart's not cold, it's warm and beating free. Yes, I can dream, see adventures in my mind. They're bursting out of my fingertips and flowing out of my So I got another day to live. Take my time, do whatever I want. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Tell us about the song and
Yeah.
you have any questions or
Well,
anything?
first of all, I'm
No,
thrilled that my
Tim.
good friend Helen
Yeah,
did
Tim.
this. It's such
I
a
love
treat. I've
doing it.
never had somebody cover one of my songs, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That song came out of many, many years in a previous life of having my dreams squashed. My ex didn't believe in me being a musician and did everything she could to discourage it. And when I met my current wife, Lisa, she was all about encouraging me to chase that dream. And
Yeah.
I went to a vocal coach, and she encouraged me to write a song about unrealized dreams because she got tired of having me come in crying to me. And that's what came out of it. So
Yeah.
I was thrilled to listen to.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. And here you are, doing your dream, I tell you. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
you.
That was Helen Peterson covering Tim Merkel. All right. Now we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Robbie Layton coming up. So why don't you tell us what song you chose and why you chose it?
I chose it because I was the last one to pick. No, that's not. It's true. It's true, but that's not the reason. No, the way this worked is everybody got, I organized the song choices, and I gave everybody else first pick. I was gonna do your song, and I'm glad Tim did it because I thought he did an amazing job on that. So I'm really happy to hear that. So I was kind of left to pick one from Helen. And this particular one, as I recall, I picked it because I thought, Helen's, she's a great guitar player. She's got this sweet, amazing voice. And I thought, oh, I can't really do any of her songs like that. And so I picked this one thinking I could kind of make it I could make it a guy song, a boy song. I can make this one a boy song. And then I sort of got lost in the weeds, and I thought, no, I just got to figure out a key I can sing it in, and try to do it justice. And so, but I will say it's interesting that I also think there's a theme here between what really matters and this song. I do too. Yeah, and that wasn't intentional, but after I started doing it, and I realized what the song was really about, I thought, oh, it's interesting. This song is kind of about the same themes about what's important in your life. And so as I got into learning the song and really getting into the lyrics, and at first I thought it was kind of a depressing song, to be honest with you. Oh, did you? Until I got the last verse memorized, or it's actually not memorized, I'll probably forget it. But I realized it's a song also about, it's about not being taken down by all these things in your life or letting others control your life. It's about taking control of your life and doing what really matters to you, right? So this is Helen's song called, I didn't write the title at the top. What do you call this song?
What is the name of the song?
What are you living
Let
for?
the audience decide.
It's
what the
actually
title is.
yeah.
At the end of the song.
It's What Are You Living For? Yes. Oh, I have to also put a capo on the first fret.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I should have done that earlier. Let me tune real quick. Also, while I'm doing this, I can thank Dave for being the host tonight. And my colleagues up here for an amazing job and being willing to submit to this.
Thanks to this wonderful audience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're so glad you guys are here. You never know what's going to happen at these. Like, is anybody going to come? And you did.
We got a full house.
Yeah, this is really great. So thank you guys. Also, we should thank our volunteers, Dave, Eric Brock, who's in the control room back there, because we are videoing this, and it'll hopefully be posted at some point on Longmont Public Media's YouTube page. And then we've also got Mark Anderson in here somewhere helping out. And then we also conscripted behind the soundboard over there my great friend Patty Jackson to do some things. She's really affecting the sound that goes into the camera, so we'll be able to hear her work when this gets posted. So here we go. Here's the song. Works in the office for too long each day, for a job that's never enough. And he wonders inside why he don't feel quite right. Stops, there's nothing to say. When did his dreams slip away? Who are you living for? Do you think that there might be more? And the reasons you say aren't enough, 'cause someday never comes. She did all the right things, said all the right phrases, but she never said what she'd need. She sits home alone and her life is on hold. In the quiet she questions this way. When did her dreams slip away? Who are you living for? Do you think that there might be more reasons you say aren't enough, that someday never comes? As long as we live, there's hope out there. You can't give in to the voice of fear and despair. As I sit here tonight, the stars in the sky ask, have I waited too long? Something stirring inside, I still have to try. I can't keep living this way and let my dreams slip away. What are you living for? Do you think that there might be more, and the reasons you stay aren't enough, that someday never comes? Who are you living for? Think that there might be more, and the reasons you say aren't enough, that someday never comes. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I took the liberty of adding a coda to the end of your song.
I like that.
And there's kind of a
yeah.
reason for that. I was going to do a little solo somewhere.
Yeah.
And I thought, like I said, you're an amazing guitar player. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to try to do what she's doing. And so the song, it's going to be shorter because it's missing that little instrumental break. So I just added more at the end.
Oh, it sounded great. My gosh.
Thank you.
It's a good boys song.
All right, thank you.
I see that.
Yeah.
So, were you going to ask me something?
Well, do you want to just tell us about the song?
Oh,
You
just
know, how
tell
did
you.
write it?
Yeah,
What
I
does it mean
just.
to you?
Oh my gosh, I think it's the theme we have been talking about. There are always going to be people in life that try to thwart you or squash you. That was the word Tim used, I think. And this is just saying, don't let that stop you. Just do whatever it is. Because some of us for years carry things around with us thinking, I should be doing this. Why aren't I doing this? And do it, because none of us are here forever. So anyway, I sound like a preacher or something. Yeah. Anyway, that's what the song's about. That's what it's about. So yeah. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right. Robbie Layton covering Helen Peterson. Hey, before we wrap up here, I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to tell us where can we find your music beyond this show. So, Karen,
What do we what?
where can the audience find your music?
Oh, okay. I'm on all your favorite streaming services. My first album. I'm underway with a second album. Spellcaster is on the first album, so you can find it out there. Any of the streaming services. I have CDs here too, if you're interested. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right.
KarenHoran.com. You can keep up with me. Get on my mailing list.
Okay, one more round of applause for Karen Horan. Tim, where can we find more of your stuff?
I am also on the streaming services, Spotify, iTunes, all of them out there. And you can also get it on my website, timothymerkel.com, not Tim. And all the tracks, that first one that I played, Let Her Go, and 11 others from this album are on it. And also my second album, All Boats Rise.
All right, round of applause for Tim. Helen.
I have songs recorded. I just need to get them on something. So I will be doing that.
Do you have any shows here in November or December?
Nothing scheduled right
Not
now.
quite yet? Okay.
Right.
All right. All right.
I will. So.
All right. And a big round of applause for Helen. And Robbie, how about you?
That's actually the song that Karen did is on an album called Corona Suite. That's how I spent my Corona vacation, was making an album during the pandemic. And ended up calling it, I put a series of songs together, there was about 4 of them, and ended up calling that Corona Suite, and then added a bunch of other songs like the one that you did. With my partner, actually a bunch of different people, my writing partner and musical duo partner, Teresa Pembroke, she and I were doing this long distance. She was actually in North Carolina and I was here in the pandemic. And so we were working long distance where I would put some tracks together and send her a mix and say, here, sing something over this. And she would do that and send me that track back, and we mixed it, and it ended up on this album called Corona Suite. The name of the duo is Think Twice. So if you look online on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to Think Twice, Corona Suite, you may end up with a heavy metal band from somewhere also called Think Twice. So if you do, that's not us. But keep searching for Corona Suite and Think Twice, and you'll find that song called What Really Matters on there. There's also some song. The other song I did, the original is also out there, but it's not on Corona Suite. It's actually out there on its own called Hero at the End of the Day, under the name Ghost Bridge, because on the album when we have a bigger band, other than just the 2 of us, those people are part of a group called Ghost Bridge, a band that was kind of pre-pandemic. We've never quite pulled that one back together since the pandemic. But there's a lot of other good players on there that are from Ghost Bridge. So if you look for Ghost Bridge, Corona Suite, Think Twice, and all those things, you might stumble on what really matters.
All right, all right. Well, hey, just to let you know one more time, this is the Longmont Song Swap. And I'm not sure when we're going to be doing the next one here, but if you are interested in participating in this program, if you're a musician yourself, a singer-songwriter, then talk to us after the show. We're going to put together an email at some point here so we can get people to do it remotely. But if you're in the audience tonight and you're interested, just get in touch with Robbie or me, and we'll see about getting you on here. So once more, Longmont Song Swap. My name's Dave Coyle. I've been your host. The feature artists, Karen Horan, Tim Merkel, Helen Peterson, Robbie Layton. This was all brought to you by Longmont Public Media and Heron's Haunt LLC. And once again, big thanks to our crew, Mark Anderson, Eric Brack, and Patty Jackson, all behind the scenes. And it has been an absolute pleasure putting this on for you. Thank you so much. Big round of applause to you in the audience. Yeah, all right. And everybody, keep swapping those songs. All right.
All right.